Hello again and welcome back to London. Call me naive, but I thought after Friday's meeting of finance ministers in Riga we would actually get a solution to the Greek problem, but guess what? We don't. I've been speaking to Alistair Cotton from Currencies Direct about the Eurozone and also the UK general election. I really did expect there to be something from this meeting in Riga on Friday. There's again nothing. It's the game that Greece is playing and also the lenders really are playing as well. It's just dangerous, isn't it?
It's very dangerous, but they're going to take this all the way to the end of May when the debt repayment needs to be made and a new deal needs to be agreed. They've got this time. They need to use the whole of it because it's a very complex situation. However, this is politics. They can do a little bit of making it up as they go along, right? So as long as they've got the backing of the IMF, the ECB will be on board. But I think they've got a little bit more time than any sort of strict deadline that the market thinks is being imposed at the moment.
What about Mr. Varoufakis, the Greek finance minister? His peers were apparently shouting at him, saying that he's doing a bad job, he's being childish, and what he's doing is very dangerous. Do you think he's being very naive, or do you think he's just playing a clever game? I think it's naive myself. He's a great economist. I think some of the stuff that, if you read his articles, it's fantastic. He's right in what he's saying. What they want to do is reduce Greece's debt pile because it is unsustainable in the long run. However, at that top level, this is politics. Being right is not the same thing as being able to drive that through. It seems at the moment that the Germans are just not willing to consider a debt write-down at the moment. So, there's a big difference between being right economically and being right politically, and he is right economically and wrong politically. And I think what will happen is he'll eventually just be replaced by someone that will be able to pander to the European Council's wishes. In terms of the lenders' side of things, they've been pretty much immovable from their stance. Shouldn't there be some sort? I know that there's lots of emphasis on Greece to compromise, but shouldn't they also compromise? Even if it's, here's 200 million euros, go spend it on 10,000 apprenticeships in Greece, create a bit of employment, just to show some sympathy for their situation. I think if you look back across history, right, I think Keynes had this right 80 years ago, where the adjustment needs to be on the debtor side and the creditor side. Except that politically, again, you just run up into a complete brick wall. The debtor has to do all the adjustment, and that's going to continue to be the case until Greece leaves the Eurozone. I think that's the only way that Germany will be moved. They need to just leave effectively. If they can't get their debt written down, the path of least resistance is leaving. You're absolutely right. There should be creditor adjustment, but they're just not going to do it. It's impossible politically for them. I know you don't have any particular insight more than the next person. But what do you think is going to happen here in terms of Greece? I think personally, I was erring on the side of them leaving, say, a month ago. I think this is going to be this giant muddle-through, where as long as they can keep the plate spinning and keep Greece within the Eurozone, if they can stretch the repayments somehow, or just reduce them little by little by little, I think that's the most likely outcome. Keeping Greece inside and effectively writing down the debt, but they're going to do it on such a long horizon that they'll hope everyone wouldn't notice. What about the euro as a currency? It just seems pretty much range bound now. You'd think that Greece, almost on the edge of leaving the euro, would be more of a downward pressure on the euro. Well, I think the market's suggesting that they don't think that's going to happen. Again, though, what happened last time when there was the Greece deal being agreed is nothing, then 3 days of extreme volatility. It's going to happen again. It'll just be at the end of May. I think markets sort of underestimate things in the long run and then overestimate things in the very short run. And when we get to May, it'll be all over the place again. Yeah. So let's turn our attention to another big market event, and that's the UK election. Yeah. I remember speaking to you ahead of the Scottish vote and how you had a lot of clients and investors really calling concerned about that. Yeah. Are you getting the same concerns from investors over the UK election because there's so much uncertainty? Not really, because I don't think it's such a binary outcome. We were talking earlier about the betting odds and looking at the betting odds as the best way to go. I don't think anyone really has an idea what the makeup of the new government's going to be. It might be a Labour minority, it might be a Conservative minority, could get a grand coalition between the Tories and the Conservatives. That is possible at this point. There's so many different things that could happen. I think it's sort of wait and see, and then make your move afterwards. Well, thank you to Alistair. We'll continue to monitor the UK general election and also the situation surrounding Greece, but for now, goodbye.